Alright, welcome everybody. This is going to be part 2 of the Infinity Easy full level walkthrough. This is going to start off right where we left off with the Phantom cutscene. And as always, I'm going to be starting with the fastest strats when we get to some alternatives, and then work back to the slowest ones. Yeah, let's get started. So right out of this cutscene, we're going to have our first trick. It's called Spike Slide. We're going to jump onto this spike. We're going to run on it for a second, jump, do a crouch, and we're going to do a slide. Just like that. Now, be cautious here because you do need to get a plasma pistol. So, we actually got no plasma pistols out of these guys. I will show you what to do in that situation here in just a second. For now, I'm going to grab a plasma pistol and sprint this direction. Use your ability, and then as he's coming around the corner, EMP, grab it, the ghost, and then you can boost out of the way. If you do not have a plasma pistol, you want to do this. So you're going to run up here, it's going to boost towards you, then you want to walk backwards as it's about to hit you. It takes the same path every time, but if you're walking into the ghost, it will splatter. So you have to walk backwards at roughly, it's pretty close to the same speed, so you won't take damage. Okay, now that we got the ghost, we're going to just immediately boost. You can wait for it to 100% charge if you'd like, no big deal really. Once it gets down to 1%, you want to charge it back up to 100%. And just take tight paths here. Never let your boost get below 1%. So it takes longer to recharge if it gets down to 0. So 1% is a good thing. Now here you only have to let it charge to roughly 60%, 50% if you're getting the Wraith. If you're doing Wraithless, I would say 80% is good. Okay, so we'll start off, of course, with Wraithless, since it's the fastest strat here. It only saves about 8 seconds. I think that's the fastest I've ever seen it in single segment over the Wraith strat. So it's quite a lot of time save for easy. But if you're doing this for full game, just get the Wraith. This is, of course, talking about a perfect Wraith Clear and diagonal driving when you run out of boost. And so for an average Wraith Clear, it's normally about 13 seconds faster. Anyways, let's continue forward. So we're going to take this path here. We're going to go through here. Slow down. And then we're going to boost all the way to this wall. We're then going to turn around and line up in between these two, like this rectangle. Then once this little gray thing passes the lip, we're going to boost forward. So we're going to splatter as many things as possible, but don't splatter the fuel rod guy. So there's going to be 2 fuel rod guys here, and I will actually show that again. So you guys can see where it's at. So there's this fuel rod guy. Do not splatter him. There's this fuel rod guy. You can splatter. You're going to be picking up this fuel rod. And then try to splatter at least one elite. If you can get both elites, that's optimal. Now, if an elite gets into the ghost, it actually does not count towards quota, so this is completely fine. It's just annoying. That's all. So, let's go for some splatters. Let's get this. Now you're going to want to throw 1 plasma and 4 fuel rod shots at each one of these hunters. Now this red thing right here is an explosive, and that can also help kill the hunters. Okay, I'm going to leave 1 grunt alive here to show a cool trick. So this grunt, once you kill the last one, there's going to be some Del Rio dialogue. I'm going to proceed to do that. And I'm going to melee until Del Rio pops up. Then I get a checkpoint. As soon as I get that checkpoint, I can revert, and this is a dialogue skip. Now, you have to revert. After Del Rio pops up, like the text. Otherwise, if you get the checkpoint before, the dialogue skip will not work. Okay, here's another IL trick I will quickly show before doing the Wraith Clear. If you get into this Warthog, you can quickly go to this door. line up, get out when you're roughly lined up with the crack, and it'll actually clip you through. Like this. Now, what this does is if you get here before the door opens, you can destroy this door. So, I didn't get through in time, and I'm not going to really show it, but I will display a clip in the top right-hand corner on what this looks like optimally. Now, this is not really a strat you can count on, but is a strat nonetheless. Okay, now I will show the Wraith Clear method. Okay, so we are now back to the Wraith Grab part. I'm going to take this path, so instead of going right, I'm going to go left here. I'm going to get out roughly this distance away. I'm going to take the plasma pistol. I'm going to EMP this Wraith. I'm going to get up here, kill this elite. Now sometimes the elite will just get out. Sometimes you have to actually get into the turret. This is a mechanic that if you share a vehicle with an enemy, it will get out. So if after you kill that gunner, the elite doesn't get out, get into the gunner seat and the elite will get out. Okay, so now that we're in the Wraith, I'm going to go over here. Whenever you're not boosting forward, try to diagonally drive like this. It's faster. Now we're just going to take the same path here. Go for the hunters first. Try to splatter as many enemies as possible. And yeah. Okay, so same thing as before. We're going to get out, shoot this guy, melee, get the checkpoint, and revert. So, another strat you can do here, you can actually grab this mongoose, bring it to the door, and you can actually drive through. It's technically not faster, but I find that you can position the mongoose in a way that's a little bit easier to work with than the ones down there. Kind of like that. Now, of course, you're going to want to stop here beforehand, but I placed that there to show you what I'm going to do in just a minute. So I'm going to keep my plasma pistol. I'm going to grab these rockets. Keep this here. Remember where it's at. I'm going to plasma pistol this mantis and then shoot it twice with rockets. And then here, what I'm going to do, instead of reloading my rockets with more ammo, I'm actually going to shoot this wall twice, swap weapons, and then pick up these rockets, jump up here, and then shoot this door twice. Now, best case scenario, you can put the mongoose like right about here. It's faster than these mongoose spots, whatever. So yeah, 4 rocket shots, and let's proceed with the driving. So there's going to be night spawns in very specific locations. If they spawn while you're driving, like you're going a little bit too slow, this is what happened before. There's 2 spawns there. This can, if they spawn while you're passing them and you're in the same vicinity, you can be launched into the ceiling. This one is the worst though. Be like that. That's essentially what happens. Be very cautious of this spawn though. This is the one that's most likely to cause issues. And I've seen plenty of runs die to getting launched up there. So my suggestion is to go wide here. Then you're going to take this path. Going at diagonals makes it so you can't be EMP'd. We're going to thread the needle through here. Then we're going to try not to splatter as many jackals as possible because splatters can flip you. Or yeah. And then here, this is a little bit important. So there's this dark line here. We need to pass this dark line for the doors to shut. So make sure to go all the way to the wall. You're not going to run off of it. It's invisible. Now try to get some plasma grenades here if possible. If not, it's no big deal. Now there's going to be a few strats we can do here. I like to line up with roughly this dark line. As soon as we start to slow down, you can move forward. Like that. We did a little early. Okay. So we're going to go up to this dark line right here. We're going to get out. we're gonna shoot these explosives. So we actually want to shoot the explosives, not the jammers. We're gonna shoot explosives. Then we can aim for the bottom of this Corvette here, sprint and throw a grenade. Then we can sprint all the way over here. We're getting shot like crazy, but then we're gonna shoot this jammer. And that's basically our strat. Alternatively, we can do this. Get out, shoot, jammer, sprint, shoot, jammer. Then we're actually gonna shoot the jammer here. Just like that. So, first method is slightly faster. It's about 1.5 to 2 seconds. But this one is going to be easier for full. Let's do that one more time. That one we overshot it. Let's do this. And it's usually a pretty safe strat to go for, where you can always do the grenade backup strat. Okay, so here we're gonna try to kill this guy as fast as possible. Less enemies we have to deal with later. It's not part of quota, but then we want to move up past this green crate. So I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so there's this green crate. We need to stay behind it in this back corner. We're actually going to be hitting a wave deload if we're back here until Del Rio starts to talk. So I will go over that when Del Rio pops up. But for now, just stay behind here and don't move past here. Okay, we're going to immediately aim back over here. Now this is crucial. We're going to go for a secondary wave deload. And this one works by, we're not going to kill this Phantom until it starts to move left. So watch, it starts to move left and now we can kill it. So we're going to be very cautious about that. There we go. Del Rio will now talk. Now we can leave this corner. We're going to wait for a few of those Didact scans to happen. So the next set, when that happens, we will go kill the final Phantom wave. Now we want to kill as many of these guys as possible. So now we can come back over here. It's going to be about 4 to 5 seconds until this one comes in. Now kill this one as fast as possible. This one is done correctly. Okay, we missed a few grunts. Now, if this one is done correctly, you will get no right side Phantom. So this occurs by when we waited until this Phantom started to move left. This will always give us this deload here. I pretty much always suggest doing this on easy. And especially if you do the fast jammer strat, you won't be able to kill that one in time. But yeah, this is the level. Hit this button and I suggest getting in your mongoose and hiding. I don't want to say how many times this happened, probably 3 or 4 times, but Hark, some other runners, we've gotten splattered, Banshee bombed by Banshees. Just don't let it happen and sit back here. And if you just want to mess around a little bit, cool little trick over here. You can go through the map if you back into this corner. So it's a little tough, but you can actually just fall off the map in this corner. So kind of fun. Anyways, this is Infinity Easy Part 2. Next up will be the Reclaimer full level walkthrough on easy difficulty. And then I will have some specialty tutorials on Legendary for this mission, since the movement parts are the same, but some of the tricks are a little different. So thank you for watching.